Hello, my quilting friends. My name is Leah Day, and I am teaching you a new quilting design today. This is Nightlight, and I am drawing it for you first here so that way you can see how this works when stitched in rows. So this is how I stitch most designs. I kind of work it kind of a little bit up and a little bit down and a little bit over, and generally work my way across a quilt stitching in rows. And I do this whether I'm quilting on a home sewing machine, whether it's a set down stationary machine, or it's on a frame. So let's get to the design. This is basically zippling combined with star shapes. Stars are going to be super easy to draw if you are used to drawing that kind of star, this kind of triangle and then another triangle kind of star. I drew that a lot as a kid. You might not have, so give that some practice. And then zippling is basically stippling with straight lines and sharp angles, and it can be any angle that you want. Nice sharp angles looks best. And so I'm just drawing this in here, and you can see I've started this third row of Nightlight. Very simple, very easy design. I would put this at a super beginner level, meaning that I think that quilters of all skill levels can stitch this. Now, you may not have very straight lines at first, and that's okay. So if you find that it's easier to stitch this with stippling or loopy line instead of zippling, that is a-okay. So now that we have seen it drawn, we understand the fundamentals of this design, let's get on a real machine and see how to stitch it together. So I have a baby quilt loaded up here on my Cutie quilting frame. This is a collapsible frame, so you can pull it out, get your quilt quilted, and then put it away. It actually can store under your bed or in the closet very easily. I have a home sewing machine set up here on top, and I am using a speed controller. It's down here on the handlebars to control the speed of the machine. So now let's quilt our Nightlight design into this baby quilt. So I'm going to get into that zippling design, just zigzaggy lines, and I think in terms of like lightning bolts. And if I have to, I'll box it and make it blocky, and that's a-okay too. But I aim to go with sharp angles, because right angles I'm stitching another design. So really aiming for that zippling effect. And then every once in a while, once I feel like I have enough space and distance from my last star, then I will go into a star shape. And this is so easy to quilt. It's so easy to move the machine on the Cutie that I find myself pushing too quickly and I get bigger stitches, and that's what happened right here. So I have to remind myself that even when it feels really easy, I have to maintain a nice steady speed. A speed controller is basically just a start-stop button for your machine. It runs the machine at a set speed, so it's running just at one speed right now. And if I wanted to, I could put a stitch regulator on, and then that would actually change the speed of the machine based on how fast I'm moving. So those are two different devices that we can use to control the speed on our machine. But so far I can say I really like this. I think that this is working out pretty good. I just have to remind myself, especially when I'm going into that star, like right here, I'm going into that star shape. Keep it slow, keep it steady, because it's just a design, it's a shape that I've just drawn so many times that it's very comfortable for me, and that's why I can stitch it so quickly and fluidly. So yeah, great design. As you can see, this is a great edge-to-edge, all-over style design. You can quilt it on a large scale very quickly. It's going to fill your quilts with a nice zigzaggy kind of angular texture. And it also gives you some practice on zippling as well, which I think is a great design to put on little boy quilts. It's very masculine. So lots of fun, cool design. Hope you enjoyed learning how to quilt Nightlight. So that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed learning how to stitch zippling, how to see it drawn like I did in this little section, and also how to stitch it on a frame. Please let me know in the comments below if you enjoyed this style of video. I really like to know what you prefer, how you learn, and what really helps you understand free motion machine quilting the best. So there you go. That is Nightlight. Hope you enjoyed learning it with me. Have a great quilting day, and until next time, let's go quilt.